College and NYU. Quick break. Cell phones? Cell phones? Okay. Girmay is a Cave Canem Fellow and former Watson Fellow. Her poems have been published in Callaloo, Bellevue Literary Review, Indiana Review, and Plowshares, among others. Her book of poems, Teeth, is out, in fact. And it is fabulous, and you need to get it, but apparently not tonight. So check it out on the web. Aracelis Girmay.
That was perfect. Thank you. I'm so honored to get to read with Chris and Zirio, so thanks for having me. Just for time. The first poem that I'll read is called Kingdom Animalia. When I get the call about my brother, I'm on a stopped train leaving town, and the news packs into me like freight, though it's him on the other end now saying, fine, fine. Forfeit my eyes, I want to turn away from the blood on the floor of his house and how it got there Monday. But my one heart falls like a sad fat persimmon, dropped by the hand of the Turkson's old tree. Sorry. I'm going to go back. When I get the call about my brother, I'm on a stopped train leaving town, and the news packs into me like freight, though it's him on the other end now saying, fine, fine. Forfeit my eyes, I want to turn away from the blood on the floor of his house and how it got there Monday. But my one heart falls like a sad fat persimmon, dropped by the hand of the Turkson's old tree. And that chainsaw girl, 6 rows behind me with her chainsaw laugh. I want to go back there and close her mouth with my hands. I want to sleep. I do not want to sleep. See. One day, not today, not now, we will be gone from this earth where we know the gladiolas. My brother, this noise, some love, you I loved with all my brain and breath will be gone. I've been told today to consider this as I ride the long tracks out and dream so good. I see a plant in the window of the house my brother shares with his love, their shoes, and there he is asleep in bed with this same woman whose long skin covers all of her bones in a city called Oakland, and their dreams hang above them, a little like a chandelier, and their teeth flash in the night. Oh body, be held now by whom you love. Whole years will be spent underneath these impossible stars, when dirt's the only animal who will sleep with you and touch you with its mouth. This is a poem that I wrote for Phoebus, and I was too afraid to read it at her memorial readings. I didn't know what it was going to do to my chest. It's called They Tell Me You Are Gone, for Phoebus Etienne Lebrun. All day long, the birds go Phoebus, Phoebus, and the geese, if I didn't know better, would sound like donkeys, and they do. And somewhere, a girl loves a boy with her dark hand, and we come upon them in the park where the walkway is so skinny that my dress hem catches fire when we pass, and just like that, my mother chopping onions far away sees a volcano at the kitchen table and puts the knife down to call. And the telephone rings, but I am out without it, and rings, and the day goes on howling through the branches over the giant park green, going up and going down and the boy losing his mind. I am dying, or you, and the crow-headed women running in the distance from some devil or dog, I think, over such grass in my eye. And one by one, or two at a time, I watch something invisible snatch them up by the black tumbleweed of their hair, and this would be a myth, except it's not. And to think, just this morning I was one of them, walking out of my house into the day's shrike rain, and I'd be telling your story, except I'm not, you see. All day long, someone is yanked up into the sky, or down into the mulch, or in his bed, or trampled, or head first, face down, with or without the news. And all day long, people going in and out of each other, their houses, the supermarket, dying and coming and shopping for tomatoes, maybe at the same time, saying, to think people burn like this, simultaneously in kitchens and beds, the heady dusk of the public park. Oh, hair, was the sky always so blue as it is now, taking the jet black and sequoia of our girls. Everything taking another thing home to bed for one night, or 2 nights, or not even a night, or 600 days, which is to say, lifeguard, drop the whistle. Mother, turn out the lights on your front porch. One day your girl will not come back. They tell me you are gone, and all day long the day goes on, bucking logic into the hills. How the geese dress the dusk in donkey call, how the 16 stars keep time as our bodies in their different sleeps are rearranged, and we wake up wearing each other's clothes. The spider wears my mouth like a room, and the good black ant carries your small material, some fleck or sugar hidden in the silver back room of your tooth, off like a peony or a bone, and there you go. All day long, the wind wears Phoebus's shoes. I want to live longer, knowing this. This poem was written for this woman who lived on the corner when I was growing up, and she was definitely like a grandmother figure. She used to cook for us and let us play with the cats. She had so many of them. And so I have not seen her since I was 13, and I wondered, whatever happened to Abdieta? Whatever happened to her? And so this is called After Lightning I Dream of Abdieta. Abdieta, evenings, you are my head. I think of you at night and then in sleep. Bricks of your house stacked neatly, your dogs and your cats. And I wonder if you are 100 now, but think, sometime you must have walked out into it, the bejackled sky all dressed with lightning, out into what was there. And did it sing your old husband's name, or come to you in the voice of one of your brothers? And did you answer back to it, or did you not even hear it at all? Instead, continue to wash a kitchen window, white rag in hand, as though trying to clean a great glass eye from which you hoped to see more clearly, or perhaps be seen more clearly. And was it the sky, in fact, that mistook you for someone wanting relief, that understood the signal wrong and thought you to be ready, the rag in your hand to be a small white flag waving, and so, out of obedience, came down with all its ghosts and foxes to take you quick or slow? And did it wait there on your front lawn, as you had seen it do before with other neighbors? Did it take a seat by the side house window or dance on the tops of your cypresses? Did it spend days up there, or days touching its face to flowers on their plots, learning their names? Or did it come quickly and take you by your hand? And is it true, like I have dreamed? Did you walk out into it, the night, the way one walks into the cold, cold ocean, slowly first, then plunging, head under, everything under? This is called astigmatism. For my eyes. I've told this story before about how I was away at Capricanum, and I was out trying to have a poem come to me, and or taking a break, I don't know which one. And I saw this woman and a dog, and they were standing so still behind me for a while, and I kept turning back. They were still there, so I thought I'd leave them to that part of the grass, and I got up and I looked closer, and it was a woman, not a woman, a dog. It was a big rock, and a little rock. Wow. And then another thing happened. I was walking through Prospect Park with my dog. It was dusk and the lights overhead, and I saw this guy with a boxer's build, and he was doing this like jumping up, jumping down, jumping up with his hands like this. And I thought, wow, you know, it looks like he's trying to fly. What's happening? And I looked closer, and he's jumping rope. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And I thought, you know, these eyes, they're so magical. Anything's possible. So I fell in love with the tree here. Astigmatism. Call it what you will. This eye has other plans. Loses its mind. Waves a good hand to the neighbor who does not wave back. She was a mailbox. This eye turns, dropped leaves into birds. A yard of human hands under a heaven that is singing. Sees 5 church women with church hats lit up like lights in the dark parking lot. This eye, it's juju fog. The women have gone home in it. And speaking of night, on a highway with the car's red light staring us in our faces, I saw the tree over my shoulder move a slow, sweet hustle. How do I say it? It was a man. I did not disbelieve it. His long arms, and the night, it moved above us, a black rooster. Its beak held the hen's gleaming egg, yellow egg, and the man said, yes, he said, yes, up to the morning. Bless the wild, imperfect eye. And this is called The Piano for Katie. I watched them lift the old body out under a moving blanket. With not much struggle, they passed the spider plants and ferns, and I sat with my brother in the car as they lifted it into the bed of my cousin's white truck and tethered it with ropes and hooks. I remember it looked like a whale. It almost rained. It was such a silent day. And the key clicked. The engine started. My cousin made a U-turn at the driveway when the good body flew out, defiant perhaps after years by a window. Truthfully, I cannot say if she jumped or if she was thrown by the velocity of an engine. I do not know if this was always the plan or if she, blindfolded, simply thought she was walking out into an air that would hold her. I remember her wide body and how she flipped out over the side, and there was nothing we could do, and how she crashed into the street with her 100 teeth and voices, and there was nothing we could do but run out into it, the street, I mean, keys splintered like bones. And my mother cried quiet, and the neighbors opened their doors as they will do, looked out from their windows, and the air felt not enough, and the clouds felt far away, And because we were sent inside my grandmother's house while they lobbed the pieces into silver trash cans, I held my brother's hand to take him up there. And the two of us watched from the window as my mother swept the street. The hole in my heart is so big, room enough for the sky to pass through holding Jupiter's hand. I can fill it with a mountain. I can fill it with a name, so perfect and used up and broken. I'm going to read two more. Does somebody have a marker and paper by chance? A pen and paper, obviously. Or pen?
I have a black marker.
Do you have a marker?
Yes, not huge, but
The mystery. Thank you. Before I do this, this poem is called To the Heart Horse, and I was in charge of a horse when I was a freshman. I went to the school and it was this character building thing that they asked us each to do, and my horse bucked me off almost every day. You've heard this story, and I wasn't afraid. I just kept getting on the horse, and then eventually they turned the horse out to pasture, which meant they killed the horse. And I thought, I should have just let you go. You didn't want to be ridden. I should have just let you go. And this is called To the Heart Horse, thinking of the notion of welding things together and the feral burden. To the Heart Horse. Oh, hooves who never killed me, even once, though there were chances. I remember you on this road through Pennsylvania, fog riding the hills like steam off a horse's neck. Your neck I flew hard over into the dusty, sequined air, like a rag doll ballet of tendons, acrobat shuffled up by your neck's jubilee. I am sure my heart was kicking, but there was not one afternoon I did not climb back up and shove both feet into the dark hues of your saddle, to the hum I remember now, to the hum of square boxes stacked in the beekeeper's field. My teeth wore grids of red silt, kicked up by your lilac stomp. Work. Maybe I did not love you well enough, or maybe you were just tired, or both. But noon after afternoon, for at least 200 days, you tried to tell me something, God knows, should have just set you loose. You were not mine or mine to give away, but still I should have known that before September they'd turn you dead for going crazy. You see, even the dog is running in its sleep, and the mind cannot be blamed for its 5 places at once, or the songs that it hears when it is walking. And whose fault is it that the brain is a grenade, or a table off of which plates fall? And what animal was I to tell you not to dance, to not have heard the tambourines, their banshees, to have kept you from jackknifing into heaven by the vexed haul over of your own wild feet? And this poem, I was teaching in a 3rd grade classroom a few years back, and I got this card from one of my students, and she had drawn like these beautiful flowers, and she had these chubby little hands, and she had taped it so carefully, so I opened the card up and I get back to my house, and I see this one long word in the card, 3rd grade, and she signs it. She writes this, and then she signs Estefany Lora. So, could you read this, Stephen?
She wrote that and she signed what?
Her name.
Lois Fabari.
Perfect. Okay, so this is what she wrote, Lois Fabari, and I was like, what does that mean? So this is the process of me trying to find out what that meant. So her name's Stephanie Lora. For Stephanie Lora, 3rd grade, who made me a card. Elephants on an orange line underneath a yellow circle, meaning sun. 6 green vertical lines with color all from the top, meaning flowers. The first time I peel back the 5 squares of Scotch tape, unfold a crooked crease fold of art class paper, I am in my living room. It is June. Inside of the card, there is one long word, and then Stephanie's name. Los Ferbari, Stephanie Lora. Los Ferbari? Los Ferbari, the scientific Latin way of saying hibiscus. Los Ferbari, a direction as in, are you going north, south, east, west, Los Ferbari? I try over and over to read the word out loud, Los Ferbari, Los Ferbari, Los Ferbari, Los Ferbari. What is this word? I imagine using it in sentences like, man, I have to go back to the house, I forgot my Los Ferbari. Or, there's nothing better than rain, hot rain, open windows with music and a tall glass of Los Ferbari. Or, how are we getting to Pittsburgh? Should we drive or take the Los Ferbari? I have lived 4 minutes with this word not knowing what it means. It is the end of the year. I consider writing my student Stephanie Lora a letter that goes, to the brilliant Stephanie Lora. Hola, querida. I hope that you are well. I've just opened the card that you made me, and it is beautiful. I really love the way you filled the sky with birds. I believe that you are chula, chulita, and superfly. Yes, the card is beautiful. I only have one question for you. What does the word Los Ferbari mean? I try the word again. Los Ferbari, Los Ferbari, Los Ferbari. I try the word in Spanish. Los Feribari, Los Feribari, Los Feribari. And then slowly, Lo ispo everybody. Lo ispo everybody. Love is for everybody. Love is for everybody love. Love, love, everybody love. Everybody love, love is love. Everybody, everybody is love. Love, love for everybody. For love is everybody. Love is for every. Love is for everybody. Love, love for body. Love, body, body is love. Love is body. Everybody is love. Is every love. For every love is love. For love, everybody love, love. Love, love for everybody. Love is for everybody.